Alrighty, it's been a few days since I've worked on the S13, but we have the thing on the hoist now because I'm going to start making the trans mounts and the body mounts. Yeah, I just need to show you. I can't find the words right now. But here he is. Here she is on the hoist. So I need to make mounts that I can mount a bar off to mount the trans mount. The mount will be here in a few days. It's about 50 mil high. I'm just gonna make some stubs off there, and I should be able to even get that curvature in there, and then I'll trim that that bead roll into by hand, just because each side's different. Let's go transfer this to the computer. Quick little brackets, see if it fits, see how well my design is, and then if it needs some adjustments, I'll make some adjustments. I just want to be done with this tonight. Good morning, guys. Another day here, Big D's. Let's show you guys what we did last night. I filmed it, but it was obviously dark, so I'm actually not sure how much you can actually see. But we got the boxes. They need to be welded out, but I won't do that until I get the trans mount. Trans mount is on the way from the great US of A. Tail shaft hoop. I need to check that it's gonna clear here. So I need to put the rear subframe in and the diff and check my drive shaft angle. Alrighty, guys. Winters is in, subframe's in. I just got a tail shaft just to see if the tail shaft loop would actually miss. It does. So if I hold, fuck's sake. So on Japanese, Australian 240, freaking S13s. We didn't get this part of the chassis rail. And it means we gotta make it. So I've just cut that. Well, that's on the software now, Fusion 360. Now I'm gonna go cut this out of 2.3, fold her up, weld it up, weld it to the car. Let's go. There we go. Like a new one. Factory. Can't even tell. Where are we at? We're mounting seats. I did one side, the side that was a pain in the ass, but we got it done. Now I'll show you kind of the process. Alright, how cool are these lasers? Never actually used them before, but they make life pretty easy. from the cardboard, to the computer. Alrighty, there we go. Fits pretty damn good. So now I'll just tick up these corners, weld some nuts to the bottom, and we have a handbrake mount. Alright, I just hit the back of the handbrake bracket with some zinc, weld through primer, and because I am an impatient fuck, we're just gonna heat it up to dry it quicker because I am not waiting for that to dry. Alright. Feels good. Happy days. Now let's pull the handbrake off and weld this thing in. Alright, so I'm going to get both seats in and fully install the interior just so I can get some cool pictures because it looks pretty cool with kind of a complete interior, minus dash and obviously wiring and ECU. But even like right now, it looks so good. Like, I'm so glad I did this tunnel because it looks great. It looks so good. Pretty cool day today, considering one of the coolest parts for the car just arrived. Can you guess what it is? Look at that. Let's get this out of the box and have a look at how big this thing is. And woo! Here it is, guys. 80mm G45 1600 turbo. Tell you what, it's a lot smaller than the old GDX 45s. Those things, you know, were massive. These new G series, they got them in a really compact turbo. For this turbo to make 1600 horsepower is just, and be that size, is absolutely phenomenal.
Spicy tuna roll.
So I knocked up a little turbo mount thing, that way I could hook it to a small ratchet strap so I could make small adjustments, and I got it kind of cable tied into position. I've got my oil cooler dummied in there with a fitting to make sure that clears. This will, I'll probably weld a 3-inch 90-degree elbow off this, so probably cut this back to basically the T and this boss, and then that's gonna go like this, come across, and U-bolt into the cooler, hopefully. This can be twisted and rotated. It's not perfect, the position, but it gets me an idea of exactly how I'm going to mount this thing. So I'm going to just go out and cut all the stubs I need, but what I'm going to do is quickly polish the pipe. Do it just in case I want to TIG it. Haven't decided yet, so I'll just polish the pipe because it doesn't take too long anyway. It's one-handed. Cool OH and F. Alright, here's the first kind of mount bar there. I probably made this a little bit too short. Should have made it a tad longer, but that's alright. So that's the last weld I gotta do, and then I gotta decide if I'm doing one across from there as well. Alrighty, it is now Sunday. We are continuing to work on the S13. We're getting some stuff done. Right now we're working on the water pipes. What I do with the water pipes is I bend the water pipes to the body line of the car. What I do is get some super thick wall alloy pipe, the right diameter for dash 16. So the only welds I'm doing is the dash 16 fittings on them. Alright, so this is the first one I did. It's kind of a little bit botched. Like this section here is fine. I didn't leave enough tail on this side and I didn't start it. Also, because I did that, I put it in the press bender to kind of do that last little bend. Yeah, I bent it the wrong way because opposite to that bender. Idiot, but that's okay. So it's really high up on the chassis rail. I'm just gonna chop it there and do an AN fitting straight off that and a 45. And then I'll do this one with the 45 actually coming up. That way the AN fittings are staggered so you can actually do them up. Basically follow that body line pretty damn good. Alright, I didn't film it, but guess what? It's done. I ran out of AN 16 weld-ons, so I only got 2 of them done. So I left the short one, welded the short ones on, so I can weld the when they come in. There's just enough room to probably just squeeze 2 AN 8 lines. If I just go like that, 2 AN 8s through here. And then probably an AN 10 as well for the oil, for the AccuSump. But basically I just got a piece of wood, clamped them together, cut out some little bits of 3mm and welded it to the pipe. Now I'll punch a hole through the body, drop some nuts or drop some bolts down through the top and weld them in. Alrighty guys, I have not picked up this camera in a few days. I've been actually trying to get stuff done. I haven't had really time to transfer the footage because all this stuff is full. I have not many minutes left on this memory card, so I need to do it very shortly. But I don't know what I've shown you so far. I don't know if I show you I've mounted the turbo, mounted the intercooler, I've mounted the oil cooler, mounted the oil filter and the water pump. And we built a cool little bracket for the water pump to make it adjustable. That way I can change my feed angle out of there. I just finished making this water filler neck, so I don't have to pull out one of those bungs to bleed the system at the front of the car. It's just nice and easy. I can fill the motor from here. See, fuel tank's mounted. Moroso accumulators mounted. There was no room at the front or in the car to put this, so this is where it's going. Because I'm only doing a windshield that just kind of tucks on it and doesn't bolt on it, I just made these little alloy braces to give it a little bit of support. I've mounted the fuel filler. It's on a nice little nifty bracket. Had to weld some pie cuts off the bottom. What else? Oh yeah, I've made this expansion tank. So basically I took the cap off this and used it as material to make this. So dash 8 bottom, which will go to the bottom hose. Dash 6 will run over to the top of that side of the cooler, radiator, And then this dash 6 at this highest point will go to this side of the radiator. And then that'll just, I actually mucked that up. I was supposed to point it this way and I just completely forgot all about it. But anyway, it'll loop around and then go to the ground.